I am very excited to welcome you to the Elite Advisor Report, the very first weekly report. And in this episode, I'm going to share with you how elite advisors are different from you. Now, when we talk about elite advisors, what I want you to think about is elite advisors are those advisors, by our definition, that are netting consistently, at least 3 years in a row, net incomes of over $1 million a year while doing a great job for their clients. In this episode, what I'm going to share with you are a few key takeaways. Let me start right from the top. The very first is a focus on 3 outcomes: growing assets under management, no matter what the market is, serving fewer clients but wealthier clients, and building an amazing life of significance. And what we define amazing life of significance is taking care of the people you love, the causes you care about, and making a difference in the world. First key takeaway. Second key takeaway is to share with you a segmentation of what our research with tens of thousands of financial advisors, what level, there are 4 levels in what we call the hierarchy of advisor success, with the top being the elite advisor. And I'm going to share with you in this video exactly the steps that we're seeing advisors take so that they can move up that hierarchy faster and with less effort than they ever thought possible. And at the very top, advisors, elite advisors, what are they doing? They're building collaborative relationships with centers of influence and getting introductions to their best clients. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works as well to propel them right to the top. Well, I am John Bowen, CEO and founder of CG Worldwide, and let's get started. So as we think of the hierarchy of advisor success, what I want you to do is focus on the key outcomes at each of the levels: assets under management, types of clients or the levels of clients, and this level of significance. And as we do this, one of the things I want you to do is to recognize where you are now and where you want to go. Now, as we build the hierarchy, one of the things at CEG we don't do is we don't do the research on or work with advisors with less than $200,000 in net income. They don't have the systems in place or a strong foundation to really go up this level. So we're going to start at the $200,000 level. And what you're going to see is at the $200,000 to $350,000 net income level, we call these advisors technicians. They tend to have assets under management 50 to 100 million. Clients are usually in the mass affluent. So this would be anything under $1 million we consider in the mass affluent. In addition, what we have is in significance, the job, it's just a job. Now what's happening is these advisors have a ceiling. We call it the fear and no clear path ceiling. And what's happening is, there's a strong belief, and this is the majority of advisors are in this technician or entry level. And what we find is they believe that their knowledge will make a difference. And what we're talking about is primarily investment knowledge, that's going to separate them. And unfortunately, in the real world, investments have become largely commoditized. So what we're finding is the client experience is really the key to really blow by this fear and no clear path ceiling. In that group, we call the experimenters. They're typically $350,000 to $500,000 of net income, and they're delivering a great client experience beyond assets under management, just investment side. But the assets under management have gone up pretty significantly, 100 to 250 million. The clients tend to be $500,000 to $2 million, so still some in the mass affluent, but moving definitely to the affluent. And these are investable assets. But the thing that's really tough is they're publicly successful, privately stressed out. So what does that mean? Well, what we found is that their friends, their family, think of them as being very successful. And, it's a great income. But what's happening is they know they're capable of a lot more, but don't know how to move up. Now, the big differentiation between these two groups is the client experience. So the technicians are primarily investment oriented. When we go to the experimenters, what we find is they're delivering a great wealth management experience. They're addressing 5 primary or really key concerns of the affluent. Number 1 is helping them make smart decisions about their money. Number 2, mitigating taxes. 3, going ahead and taking care of the heirs. 4th, protecting, I always like to protect those assets from being unjustly taken through litigation and divorce. And then to the extent they're charitable, to go ahead and really magnify that charitable gifts. That's what makes the experimenter very successful. Now, to go up the next level, where we call it Rainmaker, what's happening is they're getting referrals. They're typically $500 to $1 million in net worth. They're moving up in assets under management, $250 to $500 million. Now they're solidly in the affluent with between $1 million and $5 million of investable asset clients. And they've broken through, but they're pushing harder. Now what's happening is, as they deliver this great experience and they get it more systematic, the clients start, they want to share them. And they're going to share them with the people they care about. Their family, their friends, their colleagues. Well, what happens? Well, these referrals tend to be what we call lateral or down. So what does that mean? So what we're seeing is that clients, don't know the net worth of the people, their friends, their colleagues, business associates. So they tend to refer, and in most cases, they have less funds. Not all, but in many cases. Well, what happens then is that gets frustrating. We're growing, we're having success and everything, but we just can't seem to break through. And for many advisors at this level, what happens is we stop pushing and we settle for this is good enough. And here at CEG, we think that, it's a myth that this is good enough. You can build a business of significance, amazing significance. No matter where you are on this hierarchy, you can move up toward that elite level of consistently making $1 million or more of net income. And at this level, we have assets under management of $500 million. Clients are pre-qualified, pre-endorsed, coming into you typically in the $5 to $50 million of investable assets. And you get the life you want. The business can support the life you want. And where this difference is centers of influence are referring up. So what happens at the elite level, they're working with accountants, attorneys, and other professionals, and they're helping them. There's not the revenue share. There may be some of that, but not much of that anymore. What they're doing is they're helping them be more successful. And in turn, the law of reciprocity, they are getting introduced to the professionals, the centers of influence, best clients. Wow. Take a look at this hierarchy and tell me where you are. Think about it. Where are you now in this whole process, and where do you want to go? Because what we want to do, as advisors, and I was an advisor most of my life. I had the privilege of working in Silicon Valley, kind of the right place, right time, and with 2 partners, we built the business up to a couple $1 billion in assets under management. So I've been at every one of these levels, and I can tell you I like it at the top a lot better, but been at each of these levels. In the late 90s, we were the largest RIA affiliated or custodian assets at Schwab. And not surprisingly, we got a tremendous amount of buyout offers. And in 1998, we sold our practice. Quite honestly, I didn't really want to. I was CEO, but I learned that not having the majority interest stops you, and the offers were phenomenal. And the best part, that's why I started CEG. I always felt like I was in an entrepreneurial fog as I went through this hierarchy of advisor success. I didn't know each of these levels, but you do. And where are you now and where do you want to go? And using this methodology to really understand the differences so you can go up quicker than you ever thought possible. See, here at CEG, we believe you can have an amazing life of significance. Remember how I defined that. Taking care of the people you love, causes you care about, and making a difference by serving fewer and wealthier clients extremely well. Success means different things to different people, but wherever you want to be, by making these smart decisions and lessons, you can do it faster with less effort than you ever thought possible. And one of the questions I get so often from advisors is, John, will you take a look at our practice to see what we should do to accelerate up the hierarchy of success and have more success, doing a great job for our clients, but also doing well? And the answer is yes. We've got a great team, and every day our team works with financial advisors just like you to show you the specific actions that you can take to race up that hierarchy of advisor success. Now, to help facilitate that, we have a strategy call, and you can schedule. There should be a link somewhere around here that you can schedule depending on where you're watching this video. You can schedule the call, open up a calendar link, go ahead and do that, and we will tell you exactly what we would do if we were you to race up that. And we're going to give you the 3 really simple and elegant recommendations of what we would do that would have the biggest impact. We're going to do it. The process is simple. It's a 2-call process where you'll meet with one of our consultants, and they will go ahead and ask you a series of questions. And really, we call it they'll create a mind map, a total advisor profile of exactly where you are now, where you want to go, where are you now on that hierarchy of advisor success? Where do you want to go? We'll grab that information, and then they're going to set up a follow-up call with one of our strategy consultants, and they will show you exactly what we would do given where you are now, where you want to go, to close that gap as quickly and effortlessly as possible. And then we'll also share with you, if CEG could help you accelerate that even quicker, because there's no reason to do this all alone. Now, what are we looking to do? We all want to deliver a great experience to the right clients, but let's move up that hierarchy of advisor success as quickly as possible. The key is your clients are counting on you, your future clients are counting on you, and those future strategic partners with the centers of influence, the accountant, attorneys, and other professionals are counting on you. Don't let them down. If you're watching this video anywhere else other than at cegworldwide.com, go there, because all the goodies, bonuses are there, and so on. And each week, each Tuesday, we'll be broadcasting across all channels the Elite Advisor Report, so you can build an amazing life of significance easier and faster than you ever thought possible. See you next week.